Hey there. I just want to take a few minutes to discuss some of the things that are currently happening in the marketplace, one of them being displacements. Those messages are hitting closer and closer to home all of the time, whether it be those who are in my friend circle or with the clients that I support. So I want to take just a couple of minutes to encourage you from the perspective of self-care during displacements. If displacements are happening within your organization, you will need to prioritize your self-care. If you have been impacted by a displacement, you will still need to prioritize your self-care. So as you prioritize your self-care, the first thing I'd like for you to consider is your relationship with yourself. Make sure that regardless of what happens, when you think about what you can control and what you can't control, one thing that you can definitely control is whether or not you will commit to prioritizing your well-being. Take the time and space that you need to process what has happened and to identify what is required for you to move forward. The second thing I'd like for you to consider is how you will reframe the displacement. I know oftentimes we think about what has happened to us, but what would happen if you asked yourself, how is this happening for me? What are the things that I can do to set myself up for success from this situation, from this very space? One of the things I would ask you to do is to consider your consumption. It's so easy to tap into social media, and in some ways it can fuel you, it can motivate you, it can inspire you to move forward. And in other ways, it can just pull you deeper into a downward spiral if you're not careful. So focus on the things that are going to feed you, that are going to fuel you, that are going to equip you, empower you, and encourage you to secure your next opportunity. The last thing I'd like to share for your consideration is the reprogramming. So you want to tap into the power of positivity as often as possible if you are in an environment where people are being displaced, and or if you are someone who has been impacted and have been displaced. Now would be the time, after you have identified how you will prioritize your well-being, your self-care. How will you identify those connections? How will you identify those competencies that have given you the competitive advantage? And how will you identify those career options within your industry and external to it? There are employers who are looking for someone like you with your talent, with your gifts, with your expertise, with your experience, who can come in and make a positive impact. So again, if you are in an environment where displacements are happening, or if you have been displaced, I want you to first consider your relationship with yourself, prioritize your well-being no matter what. I want you to reprogram as it pertains to displacements if you have been displaced. And I want you to reframe how you are looking at displacements. Could this be an opportunity for you to seize something different that will be better for you and more beneficial? Thank you so much for taking a moment to listen to these 3 quick tips. My name is Erica Spradley, the Chief Power Officer and founder of Confident Career Woman, and I'll see you soon.